is when you don't know. It's when we believe. When I stop knowing, I start to believe. That's what's left. I have faith because I cannot make sense in it, so I have faith. In spiritual, you don't make sense. You don't need to make sense, but you don't have faith. Instead of you have experience, a direct experience. Faith has nothing to do with experience. It's when you have this black hole in your existence and you don't know what to put there. Like, who invented me? I have no clue. Who created all the things? I have no idea. Okay, I have faith that somebody is powerful there to do it. You don't deal with this in spirituality. I don't need to fill up this black hole. I don't see this black hole. I have one moment and I experience what I experience with in this moment, if it makes sense to my mind or not. I don't need to create beliefs so my mind relaxes, because my mind said there is no answer to it. It doesn't make sense. He said, okay, let's believe in, and the mind said, okay, fine. Believe is a placebo experience when you don't have experience. So at least you have a belief, that give you feeling that everything is in place. But anything that we perceive right now, from science, from religious, from senses, from any definitions and concept, all limited to our perceptions. Even quantum physics, that it's really, really fascinating and starting to really expand beyond the classic science, making sense laws and rules. Quantum physics is still projecting our perceptions of existence. Now, the perception changed a lot now, so every day we're changing the way we see things. That, oh, it's not like that, it's like that. Oh, it's deeper than this than we thought. Oh, it's this and this. But it's still our mind that perceives all of this. You want to get out of the mind, you will have to get into direct experience, not making sense to yourself, and it's not easy to communicate it with others. This is when people feel lonely, they feel maybe there's something wrong with them, because they go to their friends and said, suddenly everything looks like a movie to me. I told you that in one of the nice science magazines, it's called Focus, very beautiful science magazine. So in one of the issues, they actually named the 12 brain disorders, very common brain disorders. So I read it. I was very interested to see how many I'm having. So number one was there is a brain disorders of usually older people, that they're starting to feel the things walking on them, and then they bring it usually in a small box to the doctor, even though there is nothing in the box. And they tell the doctor, let's keep walking on me, I need help. And look, it's inside. And the doctor open it and there is nothing there. And it's actually a disorder, people suffering from it. Number two was of people that, let's say, were in the bank and then robbers came and captured all of them for a few hours, and it was very stressful. But after the police caught these people that entered to the bank and took money, these people that were captured by them paid for the lawyers to save them. So it's this phenomenon that people get captured by other people, they actually want to defend them in one point. That's a disorder. Number three was people that declare that as they live in life, everything looks like a movie to them and it's not real. This is what you experience on the spiritual path, and it's considered as a disorder by the science people, what makes many of us part of it. You understand? But you do get to a point, you walk around, even though it's very real, and you are acting like it's very real, nothing real for you in it. It's one big movie. So it's better if you have a doctor around that you don't describe it, because you will get pills immediately because you have a very specific disorder. But it's an experience, it's not real, and people, it doesn't take long to be on the spiritual path that people start to actually share it. Nothing real for me anymore. Now, they can lose the ground. That's the problem, because you see they go from one extreme to the other. Suddenly nothing is real, I don't feel to work anymore because it's not real. I don't feel to do anything anymore because it's not real. That's when you don't know how to have balance and you can lose your mind. People can lose mind with this experience, even though it's a very spiritual experience. So you have to be powerful enough to move through this life, see that it's a movie, what's real in it really, and still ground yourself into the experience, because in the same time that it's not real, it's super real. You can keep saying, I'm not this body, but if somebody will step on your foot badly, you will scream. And then they will tell you, but it's not real, why are you screaming? You're not this body. And that's what's hard for most of the people. How I stay in the midway, knowing it's a movie, and still be grounding. Knowing nothing has meaning, nothing has external meaning, and still give meaning to every moment. That's very confusing. Much easier to say, there is meaning. When I come here, I have a mission in this life, I need to discover what I need to do, there is something to fulfill before I die, blah, blah, blah. It's easier because there is something that you need to find out. But on the spiritual path, you will hear, there is no meaning. What meaning there is? Now, are you willing to put meaning in every moment? You're the master. Not everything needs to be ready for us, but if we're little kids in an adult's body, we constantly want to follow instructions. This is why religion is so powerful. It's the best. They will tell you when to get married, how many kids to have, come every Sunday and pray. They will tell you how to pray, and if you do bad things, you should come and tell us. So we'll slap your face. That's what people want, to fulfill instructions. It's really scary when you have the whole freedom to understand you are the one that every time you place your foot on the floor, you create your own path, and there is no path to follow. That's scary. To know that there is no any absolute meaning to nothing. That's very scary. And most of the people will resist, because if you take the meaning from them, they have no meaning anymore. But there is meaning in each moment. You walk, you watch the trees. This is a meaning for this moment. You eat, you talk to people. But they want manual, because we are made from instructional manual. That's what we're used to. So you can say that high spirituality is an absolute freedom. Not freedom that you can drop everything and not follow the laws of nature, etc. It's internal freedom to make your own life in each moment in terms of meaning. And another job you can do is actually create a meaning business. That people come to you, they pay, and they get meaning.
Okay.
And if you have too much, they can take it in doggy bag. They adjust it. Yeah, you know how many people looking for meaning? You sell them a meaning and say, don't tell anyone. So you can sell the same meaning to many people. You don't have to think too much.